Hey y'all, it's your Captain for All Things Creative coming at you with the Real Housewives of Dubai, Season 2, Episode 8, quick review. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please like and subscribe. And if you're returning to this channel, we get into a lot of things. And this was a cliffhanger of an episode, so let's do what we can this week. And then next week, hopefully we have more info to go into better detail. So first, you see Stansbury and Sergio waking up on their mattress that's on the floor since they're still moving in. And both of them are not pleased with how them ladies behaved at their housewarming party. The main one they seem pissed with is Brooks because she not only started a fight with Talene and antagonized it to the max with the yelling, but they also didn't forget about her saging their house and being just a general disrespectful nuisance by bringing a +1 unannounced. But they didn't want to talk about it too much because they were trying to move forward, and the girls' trip is soon. So most episodes is just prepping for the girls' trip. So I'll just run through it. Lesa preps her fam for her going, to the Bali trip. And we find out that the kid's grandmother is coming to help her husband watch the boys, so they should be fine. But Lisa still wanted to get verbal confirmation, that they wouldn't eat junk food and completely turn into Lord of the Flies and whatnot. So then Talina and her husband also unpacked the fight with Brooks, and she's understandably upset about being called a beggar and whatnot. But I said it before and I say it again. Talene was given that she used Brooke a little to get in the group, and she dropped her like a hot potato once she knew she was in good with Stansbury, because I don't see how they couldn't make up if they were that close, but maybe they just weren't that close as they claimed to be to begin with, right? So then you see Brooks talking to Sara on the phone, and she's acting the most hurt out of everybody over the event, even though she's been poking at this girl, especially at the dinner. She was calling her fake and ugly and talking about the girl jaw don't move and calling her a beggar after apologizing was a lot. Like, this whole thing could have been squashed if she didn't, double down saying that the girl was a beggar, right? And then she was kind of acting like she wasn't going to go on the trip. And then when it's airport time, everybody shows up and they're all like different levels of travel clothes. Like, you got Saba in pajamas. You got Ayan, of course, in kind of like a couture skirt, talking about she gonna make sure she's in couture just in case the plane crash. She gonna meet the Lord in couture, all kind of things. But Brooks is not there, so the ladies don't know if she's even okay or if she's gonna show up. But they still go on ahead without her. And on the plane, you see Lisa on her laptop and things like that. But then when they get there, the villa looks really beautiful. And they have like private chefs booked and whatnot. And they fairly assign the room, so there's no big room drama like other franchises. But Ayan gets the drama popping by trying to find out what happened during the fight at Stansbury House. Because remember, Ayan had left early, so she didn't see the fight, but she could feel it coming, she said. So then Ayan kind of rubs everybody the wrong way by telling a biased version of what she heard from Brooks about Talene making comments about Brooks not having a husband and whatnot. And Talene stops Ayan in her tracks and basically asks her not to bring up no mess. And that now when they're trying to be positive was not the time to hash it out. So the girls set the tone for good vibes only. And they all just chill at the villa. But then Brooks shows up and says that she came on a private jet. And Stansbury basically shades her for not being able to afford a PJ. But Ayan and Lisa welcome Brooks with open arms, and Ayan even falls down trying to hug her. So the next best scene's when the ladies are all on the water and taking boat pics and whatnot. And Stansbury confronts Brooks about their beefs and basically tells Brooks that she needs to stop with the healing sessions with Sara because Stansbury thought that Brooks was better before. And I do think Brooks seemed like she had it more together last season. But to me, I don't think it's the sessions with Sara per se. I think it's her drinking that's Brooks' problem. But Stansbury doesn't like how, Sara keeps butting in and speaking for her. And she feels like their communication is blocked. Like, she used an analogy that like Brooks is like the president and Sarah's like the secretary, and she's not getting to talk to Brooks directly. She got to go through the secretary kind of thing. So then Ayan kind of drops the bomb that there's some voice note of Sara running down on Brooks that she got from a source that she cannot talk about or say. This was like on a flashback. We find out about that being revealed to the group. But Lesa doesn't know about it, and Sara doesn't know about it. So the two main people involved don't know about it till this last dinner scene. And I have to say, Stansbury was the MVP of this episode, to be honest. And Brooks brings up Stansbury's comment, about how she don't like basically Sara meddling all the time and Sarah's therapy, and basically saying that, them two therapy sessions need to stop. And then Stansbury stands on business and doubles down to Sara and tells her to her face that she's tired of Sara speaking on Brooks' behalf and whatnot. And Sarah was like, when did I do that? And of course, Bravo had a montage of Sara be like, what I think you mean is, and just literally speaking for Brooks. And Stansbury was like, you're even doing it right now. You're like standing on what Brooks is saying a little too hard, because Brooks, first introduced the convo, but now it's turning into a back and forth between Stansbury and Sara. So as the two argue, Stansbury's getting tired of Sarah's fakery and just stops the fight right there by saying Sara needs to take accountability for the voice note that was shared of her running down on Brooks. And when she says this, Ayan's face cracks and she looks panicked. And Sara looks like she's genuinely like confused, like not knowing that there's this voice recording out there. So Sara asks what voice note they're talking about. And Talene's like, are we really going to do this? And by that end, Talene basically says plainly that the voice note is proof that she be talking bad about Brooks. And you see Ayan turn to Lesa and tell Lesa sorry and basically fess up that the girls were made privy to the voice note of Sara that Lesa had sent to Ayan, which was at first, I guess, introduced to the group to expose Sara, but Ayan exposing a voice note to expose Sara unintentionally exposed Lesa as being messy behind the scenes. Because really, when you look at Sara's face, it really looks like she didn't know that she had been recorded. And again, Lesa looks super guilty about having the recording, and she kind of goes on the attack of Ayan, even though they're so close. Like, I thought she would have a little grace for Ayan since they're such good friends. But I think because of her guilty conscience, she starts calling Ayan messy and saying that she can't trust Ayan anymore because allegedly she only sent the recording to Ayan privately to get confirmation about what she had thought Sara said. And that explanation sounds just as janky as anything I've ever heard on this show, because you can hear for your own self with your own ears what someone said. So if Lesa claims to have been confused about what Sara said, she could have just listened to the recording herself to confirm. But I guess she's saying she wanted Ayan's second opinion about if she heard what she thought she heard, which, again, is Lesa covering up for being messy. And Ayan definitely has proven that Sara is super fake many times. So I think Ayan had this agenda from since episode 1. Ayan was saying that Sara's fake, and this is the proof that she needed, but she didn't get Lisa's blessing to release it this way. So the episode ends with the to be continued cliffhanger, but this is definitely the beginning of the end of the Lesa Ayan friendship and possibly the Brooks Sara alliance. So this group is really falling apart. Salisbury and Ayan are still my faves this season. Brooks is the obvious villain, but Lesa, as beautiful as she is the behind the scenes villain this season, since she's been running telling a lot of things. So say how you feel about the episode in the comments. And remember, you're the master of your fate and the captain of your soul. Bye.